Hey guys, we're checking out the buff to Ironcub, and I gotta say, it deals a lot of damage. This kill right here used to take 2 to 3 missiles. I'd use the nuke, but now, as you can see, it takes 1 missile to do the job. It actually hit for so much damage, it hit damage cap, and no numbers popped. So we're gonna get into this, and I'll have some video in the background for you. So I'll be taking us over here to the Guardian Takedown, and it's on Mayhem 11. I am putting on True Takedown, and as disclaimer, all of my Guardian points are disabled. So it's this sheer build. Now, in this first run through, I'll be using the nuke. It's the Vanquisher Rocket Pod, and my SMG right here, I think it's the Chaosin, has increased damage on my Vanquisher rocket pods. So when I pull them out and he starts actually shooting, I missed, but when he starts actually shooting, you're going to notice I'll be hitting for a lot of damage. Now, these are the strongest enemies in the game, so I'm not hitting for damage cap on all of them, but they are dying by one shot, and it's not uncommon to see like a 6, 7, 800 million, and I'm sure you could get this damage up even higher, but it's pretty OP with the build that I'm running, which is listen Ironcub Moe's build that you can check out on my channel if you want. I called it Low Cub Moe's, but just search Ironcub on my channel and you should be able to find it. And he's putting in some work. I really don't have to be throwing grenades. The OGT anointment is actually still bugged even after this patch and doesn't affect your Ironcub's damage. But I believe that Scorching RPM is now doing its intended damage level, and so are it's eluding me right now. Desperate Measures. There we go. Desperate Measures, as I detailed in the other video, did actually work, did put it up, but barely put up the percentage. Now it's this, I think it might be double dipping or something, because this is way too OP, and when you see those numbers on Cub hit for, you know, close to 1 billion damage on Mayhem 11 and the Guardian Takedown, it's this a little bit OP. But I'm gonna let this part of the video play out for about another minute or so, and then I'll switch over to using my railgun, and I'll be running a railgun anoint just as I have a Vanquisher rocket pod anoint, and we're going to come into the same exact area with the same level of people and everything's the same, just so we can keep a consistent test. So I'll talk to you guys when we get there.
But I am unfamiliar with its purpose. Start pushing buttons, I suppose.
So we're switching over here to the railgun. Now, you could use any of them for any type of situation. I just put on the shock one because it does chain damage. Now, it's reduced damage, but I wanted to see how much damage would chain, and it's enough damage pretty much to one-hit anything. Now, as I said before, I'm using the anointments on these weapons, but I'm not using any specific weapon in general. I got a Lyuda right here, which, as you guys know, is not that great of a sniper anymore. But when I pull out my Ironcub and actually get to killing people with it, you're going to see how much damage that railgun's going to do and the chain damage that it's going to do. Now this is pre-recorded video in the background, so I'm sorry if it's not exactly to the point, but this is mainly this to show and demonstrate how powerful Ironcub has actually become. And see right here, I was looking for some type of better weapon than the Lyuda, but I think I switched out to the Mario Super Ball, which is not a good gun at all. But yeah, now let's see this damage real quick.
Hell yeah, Cub, let's go!
Now, as you can see, he is one-hitting everyone, and the chain lightning doesn't always chain to everyone around you, but the chain lightning does hit, you know, 2 or 3 extra people, and it just obliterates them. And again, these are the strongest enemies in the game, so it's a little bit crazy. I'm sure that you could get a crazy lightning build set up on Moe's if you really wanted to, but my favorite is definitely the Vanquisher rocket pods. I just love going around nuking people. And as you can see, with the railgun, I'm actually losing my duration on my action skill, and that's because I'm not doing as much explosive damage, or any explosive damage at all, really, the AoE damage. So, when you have the Vanquisher rocket pods, he'll shoot less often. He can hit everyone in the room. It's this hard to hit flying or quickly moving targets, but every time you hit with those, it pretty much procs incendiary damage, and that will keep Ironcub up almost indefinitely. So right here, I think I'm gonna have to throw out a couple grenades or something when he disappears to get him back out.
That's just what I do. Rip them apart! Those crystals look like the one in my lab. It is clearly Iridian technology, but I am...
So last but not least, I really did want to come and give the minigun a try, and I pulled out the only gun that I had with a minigun perk, which happened to be a Pestilence Infinity. And my first initial thought was I want to throw it on the explosive minigun, just because I do massive AoE damage with this build. Why not? I'd rather have a minigun that shoots explosive rounds than not. But that kind of backfires here in a second, and you'll see why. Yeah, he just kills himself. As you've seen, one minigun hit did hit for 471 million, but when you're facing enemies that like to get up in your face, so if you're in the Guardian takedown right here, and these guys are jumping up on you, or the Guardians in the crystal areas are jumping up and slicing you with swords, or if you're in the Maliwan takedown, and you got the dogs jumping up next to you and everything going on, the shield guys bashing you, having the minigun with explosive rounds isn't necessarily good. I was going to try out the cryo rounds, but I figured they were about the same as the normal minigun, so I put on the overheated rounds, do that bonus incendiary damage, see what would happen. And he doesn't kill himself anymore. Doesn't hit for 400 or 500 million, triple digit millions, but as you've seen right there, he's this able to take out everything pretty much in one hit. And if it's not one hit, like the yellow health bar guys here, it'll be in 2 or 3 hits so quick that they don't get a chance to do anything, as you can tell. So again, it's not the maximum damage hidden damage cap, but it's so much damage and so quickly that it really doesn't matter. And because he is using the incendiary rounds on this minigun, you're keeping him out almost indefinitely. He'll stay out forever. His one downside is he's kind of slow, and sometimes his targeting can be a little bit wonky, but for the most part, now Ironcub is this extremely OP, and I'd recommend anyone to check it out if you really want to. You can make an Ironcub only build. You can go back and check out my Ironcub only build, which is the build I'm using right here. It's a no capstone build using the newer class mod for Moes that you get from Arms Race, which right now is a really good time to go and try getting it because of the event going on. And yeah, you can just set them up to do anything. You can run through everything in this game, and it's almost like throwing a Digi-clone out that's this portable and can run around and kill everything. So, yeah, I'd highly suggest trying it, guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked any of this, if you liked the content, I know this was this kind of a voiceover and I didn't make it too intricate, but I wasn't trying to take away from the premise of why I was here. I know it's been a while since I uploaded, but I just wanted to show off this Ironcub build. I made this thing like a month and a half ago, and it was doing good then. It wasn't top of the line. Now I believe this is definitely S tier damage. So again, if you do like this, if you like any of the content I've put up, or if you want to see me do some more, or you have some suggestions or something, go ahead and maybe leave me a like and a comment down below, and if you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks.